Oops, I didn't turn on the thing. Logger. So we have this problem. I started logging from another thread, which you probably should be able to do, and realized it's not thread safe. So I'm fixing that. Logger has a mutex. Mutex calls to our logger synchronize on that mutex. That's fine. The other problem we have, though, is that this calls things that are not necessarily okay. To console. Else if context.thread ID is not equal to 0, else, okay, don't send stuff to the console if it comes from something besides thread 0, since the console, font, etc. are not thread safe right now. This might be confusing since stuff will show up in the logging file that is not in the console. In the long run, we can make this other stuff thread safe if that is what makes sense. Thread index. All right. Are we getting console? Yes. So we're not getting our save game notice, which is fine. But we are getting other things. Okay, so don't send stuff to the console. Don't send logging messages to the console if they don't come from thread 0. Money and rules. Okay. Animation not initialized after load. Let's repro that. you people. I realized I forgot to put some laundry in the dryer. We'll see if it's too loud in the background. This is the special dryer edition of programming. It's not that if statements would have been harder to parse, it's that there would have been syntactic ambiguities. I mean, it would have been ambiguous in the sense that it wasn't like LR1 or something, right? It wouldn't be globally ambiguous, I don't think. Maybe. Okay, so we want to fix this guy being in the T-pose. So I'm looking right now. I'm sure that I have a thing that iterates over all the guys and does their animation when we load a level. So I'm just looking for that. And we'll factor that into something that can get called after we load and undo. I don't know, this to me looks like it's doing the right thing. Maybe we don't call, I thought we called this. Maybe not. Forward. Play undo events forward. Where's that? We do. So I don't know what's happening. It looks to me like this shouldn't be happening. Maybe it's because he's on an exit. Like, why does that guy go A to I? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's make it easy. There's one guy. There's going to be two exits. So he could stand on an exit. right? And we'll save that. Reset, load, bing. So there's only one guy, so I don't have to search through the guys and figure out what's going on. Oh, let's make a debug build. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I have too many windows open. Oop. Come on, bro. Stay on the monitor where I put you. Okay. Well, we're going to break and post, undo, reevaluate. Well, okay, we're going to start. We're going to go here. And then we're going to break and post, undo, reevaluate. And the first thing we're going to do is make sure it only happens once, which might not be true. Okay. So we're going to go here and, yeah, okay. So, load. Okay. It happens twice. Okay, that's weird. So actually, also though, we want to be here. Okay. So, load. First time is from level start reevaluate. Okay. I guess that's fine. I'm not that worried about that. Okay, and the second one is after we change everything. So now this should, like, frickin' animate the guy correctly. So we'll check this. Oh, hold on. This is going to be wrong. Maybe. Because here we load the hero ID, or we switch the heroes before we play the events. Okay. The problem is that we switched the active hero without the thing. All right. I don't know if this is going to fix the problem. It probably won't, but sometimes I'm wrong. But we actually need we need to do this. We need to do this down here. Post, undo, reevaluate on manager. I'm kind of uncomfortable that we're, okay, let's just, okay. Like, I don't know why we're doing this and then loading more stuff. That doesn't seem that great to me. I would rather do that down here. I guess it's probably just the order that we implemented things in. We'll put this down here too. So we just load the fog stuff, and then we switch heroes, and then we post, undo, evaluate. Okay. So the reason we have to do this before we set the hero is that our active hero might not exist. Like that ID might not, in theory, exist. So, all right. Load. Okay, it didn't fix the problem. I'm not surprised. Let's start on our other place. I'm not surprised, but this is better anyway. All right. Okay. Bam. Load. Bam. Okay, update guy active flags. He's active. Great. Great. We never sent him into state default, though. We probably should do that. Level, start, reevaluate. We probably should do this, honestly. Although that doesn't really do anything for guy animations. State default, like what? Init level general. Recompute turn order. Oh. Okay. What's going on is all right. We need to have a think here. Where's the hero thing? So when we set the active hero here, where was that? Switch heroes. See, when you start with a fresh entity manager, your active hero ID is going to be 0. And so this trigger, the trigger in update guy active flags, it says, hey, if it's equal to the old hero ID, if it's, here. Like, we check, against like some state, right? When we load a level, right, okay, here's what's going on. When we load a level, all the guys in it have their active flag set to false. Okay, so the guy who's active gets set to true and gets animated. The guys who are not active, I'm not sure. Why don't I just start the level and check how people get into their initial animation state when we boot the level up. But that at least seems wrong because we're like assuming that we're starting from frame 0 here. And that's not really the case. So we really like want to have a force here. Let's just see though. So when we start a level, how is animation, graph, send message. So I want to know what's going on. We're going to update guy active flags and post undo reevaluate. Okay. And there's only one guy, so he's active. That's fine, but what about when there's two guys? Okay. So we're loading this level. So we're going state inactive. Why are we going inactive? Old active is true? Why? Why is old active true? Do we start everybody active? That sort of would be a mistake of that just happens to work. Where do we call this from? A bunch of places. Let's just see. They're all in this file. Update guy active flags. So that's init level. Great. Post undo reevaluate. Great. Don't we call post undo? Okay. Let's just, so So active flags get updated later on in post undo reevaluate. Update guy active flags. This is in post undo reevaluate. Declaration. This one is switch heroes. This one is switch heroes too. Okay, so here I'm going to say force is true. Force means we're always going to animate. All right? So this also means I need to look into that. I mean, hopefully it'll be easy, but all right, let's see what happens. And load. Didn't work. It's probably because state on exit ignores some shit. Let's go state on exit. Ignore go state active or inactive. Okay. So if code puts this guy into state on exit and he doesn't animate for some reason, then he will not animate after that for some fucking reason. Okay, so okay. This is making more sense now. So we're going to want our send message breakpoint back. Not yet. But I want it here for when I load. Okay, this one is going to be, okay, post undo reevaluate. Update guy active flags. So he's going state active. We need to reset animation on all the guys, I guess. No, because we should do that because we reset the whole level. Okay, I don't know. So current node, what node are we in? We should be in okay, state active, I guess, whatever. Okay, so later on, oh, now we're in current node is null? What? How did we get to current node is null? Message. Go state active. Okay, message on. How are we current node is null? And then on exit again. And then on exit. You just keep getting on exit messages. Okay. What is default state? State on exit. I don't understand what is happening here. So let's just say, because one of these, like this should, oh wait, sorry, my breakpoint was before we assigned a current node. Duh. Okay. All right. So we're going to try this again. We're going to load. So our current node is state active. We get a message that says go state active. That's not going to do anything. Same. Okay. Whoa. Between the second and third one, our state changed. We're in node 51 now. Okay, what? Okay, load. Node 0. Node 0. And our message is go state active. That shouldn't do anything. Default node name. State default, fine. Okay. All right. When does that data breakpoint time? Reset. Load 1, 2. Address of state node index. Breakpoints, new data breakpoint, OX1B5CB 805138. Bam, go. Okay. Switch to node. Destination node index 70. That's going to be the state default. Why are destination name state default, and then state default is checking on exit. So why is that not playing an animation? So we say go state on exit if on exit equals true. Why are we even getting here? What is message? Go state. Why are we getting here as a result of go state active? That's weird. Okay, anyway. So we go to state default. This is interesting because this problem has nothing to do with loading, really. Like what's happening now, it's a little bit spammy, but it's totally valid. So this is saying, hey, it's checking this variable on exit. That's going to be true. This is going to say go state on exit, right? So we're not to this point yet, but whoops. This should start this animation when we go here. Why would it not do that? I don't know, but it's not doing it. And then like we're getting on exit messages every frame, which is weird. Okay, one thing at a time. So we're going to state default, which it's a logic state. So it's going to actually jump us to a different state. And so no animation means the logic state. So state exit is the second arc. So this one is going to be false. This one is probably going to be true. Yes. Fade time. No fade. Switch to node. Okay. Destination name. State on exit. This is all correct. Okay, great. That's fine. That just triggered our data breakpoint. Okay. It's not a logic state. It's not an initialized. Evaluate animation tag. There we go. Very simple. That should be the exit. Great. So now we're looking this up. So this name exit is just, that's a shorthand name. I'll show you. So we have these animation names files. So like warrior.animationnames says like, look, for each tag, this maps it to the name of an actual animation, right? And so exit is one of these. So exit is warrior exit idle 01, right? So that's, and then this is an actual asset file on disk. So we're saying play exit, and that means look up the name and play that animation on the guy. So we're looking up the name. Hopefully we found it. We didn't. Oh, he just doesn't have it. Okay. That was a waste of half an hour. What's going on is, okay. So this guy doesn't have an on-exit animation. And so when we loaded the save game, like, okay. This is why I wanted everyone to have temporary animations, so I don't waste my time on this shit. And nobody cares what I say, apparently. So here, if this guy goes over here and stands on the exit, he's actually not playing a special on the exit animation. He's playing his idle animation, if you can read that small text there, okay? Why? Because he doesn't have an exit animation. And so he fell back to what he was already playing, okay? When we load from a save game, the difference is he wasn't already playing something. So he ends up not playing anything because there's nothing to switch to. So if I do this, I bet there's an error message. Told us switch to animation. Okay, I'm going to say error : in front of this. That's going to be my contribution. What was it? Told us to switch to animation tag exits. This is going to say error. Error. So people can search for the string error. Make a couple of animation log messages more serious by adding error to them. And then I'm just gonna file a little thing saying, hey, wait, why did I edit so many files? Oh, update guy active flags got tweaked. Oh, yeah. Small changes to what happens re-animation when you load a save game. I think we need to do a Benny test as well. Let's start a release build. And new case. Some characters are missing animations for basic stuff, and this is causing confusion when trying to program. For example, several of the characters do not have exit animations. This confused me for at least, how many minutes are we into the stream? Because it's been most of that time. For at least half an hour today, when I was trying to debug something that wasn't a bug. I have modified some of the animation messages to be more serious by putting the word error in front to make them more searchable. I recommend running the Control-B test, then searching through the log for errors. Project, nope, not the witness. Okay. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. No, the big struct doesn't come from the LLVM backend. That's our notice. Okay. Well, that crosses that item off, I guess. It's about time to recopy this to-do list because it's in tatters in a good way. Okay, test loading undo with new entity types in the middle. Remember that? I said, hey, we theoretically, when we save this undo data, can cross-reference it as we later add more entities to the game. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to add a couple of entities to the game. Just indiscriminately, I'm going to go ABC is a struct. It's an entity. This is a no check-in. And blah vector 4 version 5, right? And libber libopper. Okay. So let's go to added strings. And blib, entity type names. Those are not from today. Where are my added strings going? I would have thought that those were going here. Oh, maybe we got more hygiene about where they're going. I think we did agree on that. We did agree not to dump them. Do they go in run tree? No. Do they go in dot builds? Yes. Okay. Okay, blibber. Okay, so we've got ABC. These are all sorted alphabetically. So we've got a blibber, libopper, and an ABC, and those indices. So these are the indices that we use to save things out. And you'll notice that we've offset most of them by having blibber, libopper, and ABC in there. So let's see what happens when we try this, right? Okay, ABC. We can make an ABC. Look, that's an ABC. Deselect. We can make a blibber, libopper ABC. That we could make that too. It's got XYZ and ID. Okay, whatever. So now we're going to load promise 3, or level promise 3. And we're going to load our save game. Took a while because it's the bug build. But yeah, like this save game, we did a lot of stuff. It had a lot of changes to a lot of entities. It looks like it's all valid. Like I wrecked the gates, I smashed the stones. Our dragon buddy is here. So that was successful. Right? Okay, so let's delete those blibber liboppers now. Got to test these things. If you don't test it, it doesn't work. I'm actually surprised that that worked. I'm not that surprised because we've done this on previous games, but like, if you don't test it, it doesn't work. Okay. That was great. That could easily have been a multi-hour odyssey to fix whatever would have been broken. No, it's not -4 yet. No way, it's not -4 yet. So I think I'm going to transcribe my to-do list now. Are there any questions about what's going on? The next thing, I think we're going to work on the undo a little bit more and gradually move it closer to, oh, I was going to do a compiler stream tonight. Maybe we'll do that later tonight. Right now is undo stream. So, you know, I've got a bunch of things here. Actually, maybe we'll put CRCs on the save game. Anyway, any mostly on topic questions about what is going on? Sorry. Sorry, I'm muted. Oh my God. Okay. I answered a couple questions, but I was just answering the undo stack question. So we do save the entire undo stack. We save the entire undo stack. You could imagine wanting to not do that if it got really long. And the problem right now is that we reconstitute the level state by playing forward from the beginning of the undo stack. So that would mean that we would need to do the thing where we save the final world state, right? So that you don't have to have the whole undo stack to reconstitute the final world state. We'll probably do that eventually, also because it's faster to do that than to play the undo forward if it was a very long sequence. But yeah. Occasional summaries of what's happening in general would go a long way to catching up people who got here. Yes, I do that at the start of the stream. I can't fucking constantly give status updates or else I'll never get anything done. Get here on time, and you'll see the discussion of what we're doing. So I think I was muted when I was answering the question, do I think it would have been better to implement loading incrementally starting at the beginning of development or do it mostly at once like I just did? And what I was saying is like, look, if you don't have a game yet, you don't know what the game needs to do, and you don't know what you need to save. So why would you implement saving, right? And the other thing I said was like, look, it's a multi-year development, and we've gone from not having save games to having it mostly done, or not, let's say 2/3 done in like 2 days. Like, how much more efficient would you expect that it could possibly be, right? Now, there was earlier groundwork laid for it, like especially like the way the undo system works in memory. I knew I would also be using that for the save game, so it was ready to, it already worked by serializing and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know what better would look like to you, honestly. We've been really kicking ass at this task, so I don't know why you think there would be a better way to do it. You ran here with toast in your mouth. Okay, good. I'm glad you appreciate the tweeting about certificates. That's good. What's a typical undo entry size-wise? I don't know yet, right? They're bigger than they should be right now, but we haven't investigated why. So like, you know, the biggest save game that we have right now is obviously too big. It's, so my promise history is like 1 meg, and we haven't even played all the way through it. And somebody who's confused about the game is going to have way more. They might have 10 or 50 times this big save game. Now, it is kind of viable to have a 50 meg save game, multiply that by 10 or 20 for the whole thing, though, and it starts getting big. Because, like, you would have that for multiple levels. But we haven't done the investigation of why it's big. Like, I suspect if we start looking at it, we're going to be like, oh my God, it's saving 100 entities every time that it shouldn't have to, you know? You know? Do I find streaming helps me with programming in a rubber duck way? No, I hate the rubber duck concept. I think it's dumb. It doesn't help me. No. It's hard for me to explain why I hate the rubber duck concept, but it's something like, there's a way in which the rubber duck concept excuses mediocrity. Like, I think of it again as one of these Hacker News things. I can't quite explain to you why I think it excuses mediocrity. I just think that it does. There is definitely a real phenomenon there that when you explain something, you think about it in a different way and things click differently. Like, that's like real, but you shouldn't have to do that to solve problems. You should just be able to solve problems. Like, a kind of a problem where you need to explain it to somebody else to know how to solve it, that should be a really rare, really complicated problem. It shouldn't be like an everyday thing. If it's an everyday thing, you're a little bit in over your head in terms of the task that you're working on, which is good for a learning, like if you're doing it as a learning experience, then that's fine. But if that's your day job and you're doing that every day, You have no idea how I can read Hacker News. I don't mostly. I just go there once in a while when I want to waste a little bit of time, which I shouldn't be doing, but I do it. It's a very frustrating site. Read Ngate. I don't know what that is. Did you get the array C++ snafu all cleaned up? You mean the bit array thing? I sent an email about it. We didn't do anything to it. You'll probably get a kick out of it. Ngate. Is that like a hardware site, it sounds like? Oh, no, that thing. Okay. Wait, this guy is still writing this? I remember looking at this like a year ago. I hope this is AI generated at this point. the thing where someone else had tried to make arrays work like in C++ Realtic? Not yet. I mean, we're going to have to think about and resolve that. Okay. Any more on-topic questions? Or shall we move on? Oh, I was going to run a Benny test, by the way. And we built a release build, and then I didn't kick it off. So let's do that. Last week, and you were making the islands, you kept alluding to a trick for fitting more in the space you had. I have no idea what you're talking about at this point. No idea what you're talking about. Island levels, okay. Great, I was working on island levels. I don't remember. Sorry. It must have been something particular to that one level, and I don't remember what it is. All right, let me start rewriting the to-do list here. So we have a thing to investigate, is what happens when we save and reload a level with dead guys. We want to save, undo when leaving a level. And maybe, right now we don't autosave when we're running the tests because, you know, why would we? But maybe we will force that just to test the undo system, right? And then later on, we can resume undo on entering level. Notify player of this. There's a gameplay bug that we might do tonight, or not exactly a bug, but behavior thing. Undo size optimization. We could start looking at why it's so big. Oh, save game CRC, we could do that. We could record tests for some of the things that don't have them. And fix this test that broke. There's a test, so I changed some control stuff at work today, and it broke the tests for one of the levels, so we should have 4 fails. And I was going to record a new test for the level, but I couldn't quite remember the solution, so maybe we'll do that. All right, we've turned our big messy to-do list into a less messy to-do list. What is my entity allocation strategy? It's an array of entities. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. Like right now, I do put the derived and the base in different places, but that doesn't matter that much. As long as you have them in a contiguous array, that's really the fastest thing that you could really do. Details don't really matter. Unless you get to really, really high performance engines, which almost nobody in the world is trying to do. All right. Still running the test. Look at them levels. They're being tested. We're getting errors. Look at all those on exits that are missing. Look at wait, no such node exists. Let's make that an error too. No such node exists. Error. Let's actually go through all our log prints. Error. Just making sure it recompiles, and we'll commit that. Designate a couple more animation log messages as errors. Oh, we finished our batch in the meantime. And one of those, well, why are we not? That's our blibberlibopper. 4 levels failed. It's Druid midpoints, I think, is the level. So I want to record a test for this one. And it's kind of a hard level. I remember the beginning. This is one that Matt made. Actually, there we go. We got to move this down. And then I sort of feel like the dragon ought to swap with that, but who knows? Okay. So I feel like we kind of want this here. I don't know. So we want this on that line. Okay. And then we go here and go here and so now the question is how we get these last 2 monsters is the part that always confuses me. It shouldn't be that hard. It's just... So I can go back here, and I could push this down, I feel like is the right move. Like, isn't that kind of trivial then? So like, nope. Okay, if we put that there. Yeah, I'm stuck. Maybe we just leave the dragon there. Leave the dragon there. And then we go here. See, I kind of want... I kind of want the dragon to be on the left side and me to be on the right side. But that's hard to arrange. The thing is, I did this earlier today, and I've forgotten now what to do. Like, this starts getting annoying to try to deal with the dragon being on you. Dude, I don't know. Let's try... Let's try that. Nope. Okay, that's not going to help me, really. I need to use the dragon to block the beam, man. It's just what needs to happen. Look, anyone who says, honestly, you've never had any problems with Linux, I'm sorry, that's just not credible. You simply cannot say that and have me believe you, okay? That's just not... I've had way too much Linux pain to believe that for a second. You're crazy, dude. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like if I put the dragon here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I kind of need the dragon to be one more over, but then he's off the map. This can't be that hard, people. Can't be that hard. done it before. That's what's killing me about this. Okay, if I kill the guy on the bottom first, that makes space, but then I can't get the beam up to get the guy above him. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I could change the controls back and watch the recording, but I would rather figure the puzzle out. Again, I figured it out before, and then I forgot. Okay. So, the guy on the bottom row is easy. Easy peasy. It's this dude that is not easy. I don't know, man. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know, man. Why is it so hard? Okay, if I had the dragon back on the left, I could do this. If I had the dragon on the left, no, because even then, oh, if the dragon was there, but then he would block the beam. See, he would block the beam. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If he's on the left, he blocks the beam, which makes it not feasible to do that. So he has to be on the right. I don't get it. I don't get it. Bam. Okay. All that I can see how to do is somehow get this dragon to be at the end point. Or the light up there to be at the end point. But that's not possible because I can't push it left. So The dragon, and I don't see how to do that. Unless I get the dragon down to the bottom row. It's just not. It's not possible, people. Except it is. I've done it before. What is my problem? Let's start looking at it the other way. So if I'm on the left here, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 14 squares to the other side. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? It can't be that. Wait, what? So now, okay, so the problem is I got to rescue the dragon from the belly of the beast. So, hey, the dryer's done. So maybe I just have to dispose of this now. It is a weakness. Right? Oh, wait, that. Dude, that was so easy. Okay. All right, we know how to do the puzzle now. Reset. Record. Bam. Whoops. Yep. Wait. Okay, so now we go here, we go here, and it doesn't matter which way we dispose of this, we just get rid of it. We go out, and bam, and bam. Why didn't it record correctly? The dragon didn't move. Wait. Oh, maybe the way, okay. So right now we play back. I did this thing. So the whole reason this broke in the first place is that I changed the control that moves the dragon. And the reason I did that, oh God, okay. So the reason that I did that was because on some levels, like you kind of want the dragon to have different controls on different levels. Because if you're on a level with mirrors, you want a separate key for dragon than mirrors. But if you're on a level with gems, you want a separate key for dragon and gems. So we just sort of, I made it so you can pick whatever is going to be least disruptive for whatever level you're on. Now, the problem is that the undo playback system, well, right now, the dragon, the whole reason I had to re-record the test is because I made character switch be the default for the dragon. And so you hit the character switch key to pick him up. Problem is, the undo system doesn't think that character switch is a frickin' thing. Okay? So, like, not enough of a thing. It doesn't do playback by doing a character switch action. It does it by, like, changing the hero that's active. So I can't actually use character switch in this way. Unless, well, I mean, do I record it? I don't know. Okay, what was this level again? What's this level called? Why do we have the blibber libopper log? That doesn't make any sense. Why is that log not getting... Oh, we're not writing new logs anymore, are we? Ever since I did that thing. What's going on? So why are we not... Okay, I have to fix this. Logger. Init logger. Reinit the mutex. Well, what the hell is going on? Let's see if anyone has noticed this. No. It's just me. Just me. Okay, so we're going to go to logger. Figure out why this isn't happening. Init logger. Start. Init mutex. Make directory if it does not exist. Success. Is true. Great. Well, have we not set our working directory or something? Have we made a different... I bet we set working directory later. Yep. Yep. Sometimes we make mistakes, and then mistakes were made. Set CWD before initting logger. Otherwise, you'll get log files at weird places. Okay, Druid Midpoints is the name of that level, and I see that because Druid Midpoints. Okay, level tests, Druid Midpoints. Do we have character switch events? I don't see them. These are frames. Well, let's see. Character switch is 6. Yeah, so there's no line starting with 6. And it's this line that tells us what the event is. If it's 0, it means, oh, well. I guess that's the number of event. I don't know. Anyway, character switch is not a thing as far as the undo or the gameplay recording section is concerned, right? So like we just like switch heroes here. And instead, queue game control. Oh, dude. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a separate action type for toggle friendly dragon. We're going to get rid of redo because that was not working. So the other thing I just realized is this thing that I put in about toggling the friendly dragon doesn't wait for you to get to your target square. It takes effect immediately. And that's not good because you might be several squares away if you're running really fast. So we're going to say queue game control action type dot toggle friendly dragon. Okay, and then the gameplay recording system will understand this regardless of what control it's bound to. So I have to do this in the other case too. So here we get the friendly dragon and we check for take or drop. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of this redo. Let's get rid of developer.keymap redo. Yeah, fuck that. Okay, let's go back to all those redos and we'll say toggle friendly dragon. All right. why are we doing PC do? Oh. Let's just do that. PC do toggle friendly dragon. Whatever. We're going to follow the pattern. I don't remember why we did that. We're following the pattern. Okay. Oh, wait, not. Okay, redo is what we were looking for. It's not undo. Toggle friendly dragon. That's what we write to the file. And then here, why do we frickin' do this? Oh, untimed playback. Should not occur in untimed recording. Wow, this is turning into a big task. We have to parse this as well. What is it? Toggle friendly dragon. Okay, if we see this in the file, buffered move.action type is toggle friendly dragon. Why didn't I just write out these enum names to the file? I don't know. Because I'm stupid. Would have been better to do that. Okay. Redo. We're going to have to do this. Do toggle friendly dragon manager. Return. Okay. I'm getting hungry. Got lots of email to get through. Why chat is empty? I don't know. Because everyone is working hard. They're working hard. They're working hard. Okay. We're going to put in an order for some food because we're working hard. And we're out of pizza. Oh, dude. Can't do that. What? Gonna get that. Gonna get that. Gonna get. Oh, let's not get that. We'll be up all night. And get that. Get that. Hey, we managed to get dinner for under $50. It's only $49.29 today. All right. What the hell? We were doing all this Friendly Dragon mess. Okay, so do toggle. Okay, we never did these. This is fine. So PC do let's look at what these do. We just cue the game control. So PC do toggle Friendly Dragon is going to be the same thing. It's going to get the entity manager and it's going to cue the game control. Toggle Friendly Dragon from playback. Okay. And here we're going to say whoops. Right, so the take or drop why isn't that PC do take or drop? Okay, we're going to try this here. This won't even kick in yet because we, yeah. Fuck. This is so confusing. Okay, this do take or drop is not, there's two different times that things happen. There's like when you get the control input, and there's when in the turn order that they happen, which like waits for the move to come up. This do, take, or drop gets called in the latter time, but this character switch gets called at the former time because you don't want it to be buffered. And that's part of what's making this complicated and frickin' confusing me. Now that said, we don't have to make the other one work yet. So maybe I'll just punt it for now. Okay, incomplete. I am punting this for now until we need it. This is confusing because character switch happens at control input time, but do, take, or drop happens at turn taking time. We could put the check for dragon controls in PC do, take, or drop, which happens at control input time. But then since we aren't performing the action, we can't check to see whether we took a gem. So we can't do the if not activated below psi. Okay, we'll figure that out when we need it, if we need it. Okay, so, whoops. So that. Okay. If there's a dragon, we queue toggle friendly dragon. Otherwise, we frickin' character switch. And really, that should be PC do toggle friendly dragon. Okay, great. Still not done, I'm sure. What do you mean PC do toggle friendly dragons not declared? PC do toggle friendly dragon. PC do toggle friendly dragon. What is going on? Oh wait, I looked at the wrong place on the screen. I was looking up here still. Okay, so we just have do toggle friendly dragon. That's fine. I changed this today even to take a dragon instead of an entity manager as the argument, and now I needed the entity manager. Okay. Well, I mean, does it even work? Let's cheat our way over here. Can we frickin' do this? Yes. Okay, so let's just optimistically try to record a test and see what happens. Actually, let's record an incomplete test where we just get the guy, take him back, and then just to make the test recording complete, I'll cheat my way off the level. Okay. Failed to parse test file. Okay. Toggle friendly dragon. Why did we fail to parse that? Failed to parse test file. Parse test. Unrecognized move word, toggle friendly dragon. That's why. Unrecognized move word. I thought all right. So many redundant things. Toggle friendly dragons. What happens when I... we do everything twice in this file for time tests and untimed tests, and it really is not good. All right, we were able to pick up the dragon. That's good. So now we can record the real test. Now the problem is our promise 3 test is going to be screwed. Oh no, we don't have a test for it, right? That's a gameplay recording. Okay, reset, record. I got distracted. Go there. Go there. Go back. Go there. Go there. Go up. Okay. No. Okay. Bam. 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 Now, what was the solution? Oh, just to get the guy off the thing, right. This is fine. How did I get the dragon on top of me? That was weird. Oh, solution, noise pollution. All right. Bingo. Okay. We're going to have to run the Benny test and see if anything else happens. Is those things enemies? Those things is enemies. You never played a hit that had a stone. My order could not be fulfilled. You guys are jerks. I guess they don't do Uber Eats anymore. I don't fucking know. Okay. I'm not going to get my food unless I order something else. Like what? What is even happening? All right, hamburger. Brussels sprouts. Okay. At least we're not going to get charged $49.37 or whatever. Dude, we're under $40 if we get a hamburger. That's awesome. You know who else liked cheeseburgers? I don't. Did Isaac like cheeseburgers? What's going on? Food under $50 exception. That might be what happened. I don't actually know. All right. That was a lot of programming for what should have been a small thing. And for all I know, it might even be it might even mess up some things. So we're going to have to see. We certainly could have broken some other levels if any more have the dragon on it, and then we'll have to re-record. Yeah. So we will check that in. Let's look at CRC stuff. What do you guys think? Should I CRC 64 our save game files? It'll be a little bit redundant on some operating systems, because like on a console you might have a secure file service anyway. We could make it a compile time if, but then no, because what if you want to load your save game on a different platform? We should keep the format the same. Has any thought been put into colorblind friendliness? Yes. SHA-3, 5, 12, the save games. I don't think we're going to do that. Guys, there's no security. Like, again, if somebody can just like look at your executable and figure out the code to generate the hash and then run that on whatever save file they want, they can just do that. That's not security. How else you perform the proof of work necessary to upload the file to the blockchain? Anyway. Let's look at our CRC. CRC 64. I mean, that could be a little bit slow. Maybe I don't want to do that right now. Why is that not just sum equals tilde sum? Yes, it is just a checksum. Yes. Yes, indeed. We'll think about that. We need to do the dead guy test. But this is still running. Why do you expect data bugs in the save file? Because if you ship something to millions of people, your stuff is going to fail. No, not different versions of the game saving different things. It's verifying that the file that we load off disk is the file that we save to disk. That's all that we're doing. All right. Well, we'll just wait for this test to complete so that we don't have too many balls in the air. And maybe I'll save this log so I could send it to the animator. I don't know. Mac file system doesn't check if it saved data correctly. Most file systems don't check. Unless they're like serious journaling file systems. Yeah, we have a lot of animation errors. It's just a thing that's going on. A lot of animation errors. There's all sorts of reasons that a file could load back incorrectly, like someone's memory could have gone bad, right? Their disk could have had a bad sector. They could have a virus like messing around with stuff on their machine. Their motherboard could just be flaky and the bus isn't very good, or the power supply, like just all sorts of reasons. All sorts of reasons. Oh, we finished. Okay, great. Only 3 levels failed. All right, so we're going to commit this as Friendly dragon control revamp. Blammo. All right. That is fine. Let's do the dead guys thing. We're going to go here. We're going to add some guys. And we're going to make a way for them to be dead. Like one of these. All right. So, no. No. Okay, this guy's going to go over here and pick up a gem, and then we save. All right. So I'm going to reset and reload. Oh, the dead guys are dead. Is that because state default is working now? Yeah, it probably is. Okay. Well, that's good then. I just wanted to make sure that that actually works. Let's go. Oh, the animator will make them go to state default, I guess. Okay. All righty. So we could save the undo when we leave a level. I think we do that now. And then we do a test where we run another, we'll do a Benny test in debug, which will take a while, but maybe my hamburger will be here by then. And we'll see if we assert, and we're just going to save game on every level when we leave it or whatever. All right. So yeah, we're just going to do a hack thing for now. It's sort of two separate things, because if we want to do this test situation, let's do it in debug. That is different. So request auto save. We want to do this like when we start waiting for victory. If we're going to do this stress test, but because that's what happens when we run the tests. But if you're doing it during play, you want to do it if you like leave the level prematurely, right? Like by the menu, I guess. Or if somebody just quits the game. So first we'll do the stress test. If the stress test fails, we have bugs to debug. If the stress test succeeds, then we'll feel confident enough to stick in that other thing. So let's do this stress test. Let's go to transition. Start waiting. Anytime we start waiting for victory, we're going to say no check-in. We're just going to hard set that variable. Fuck it. Okay. So we're just making that public. Why do I have Steam open, dude? Close that. So I was watching some really good streamers play PUBG, and like, dude, the desync and other networking problems are as bad as ever. It makes me not want to play the game. It's a real bummer. Okay, stress test. This one's going to take a while because it's in debug build, but we should be seeing as this happens, save games fill up, right? I'm not seeing that. Why am I not seeing save games? Autosave requested. Let's go to campaign. I'm a little worried about like what happens. Yeah. Oh, right. This autosave does not test the thing. We're just rewriting Sokoban status all the time. See how that's 658? We don't want autosave requested. We want save undo data. No chicken. No chicken. 4-minute ETA. Let's get this going. I was hitting F5 to refresh. We don't like right click. Yeah, I saw the thing about the Chinese friendly PUBG. That's hilarious. It's hilarious, dude. Airmail. Air skating. All right, people, it's going. I'm going to go grab a hamburger and, oh no, maybe not yet. Still 5 minutes. Four minutes. Wow, she really went a weird way to get here. It's not what I would have recommended. This is going to take a while at this rate. We're just going to let this go. This will also tell us, we can sort of look at what's the biggest file. this can maybe be the start of our looking at what is taking the most time or the most undo size. We can start optimizing that. Although maybe we put this in first. All right, we're going. We're going 47 items. It's only 10% of the levels. Actually, this is a very good test to run, okay? Because this verifies that we could really save all the entity types in all the levels without like crashing or something, right? I honestly should make a test where we go through and load all the solutions from all the levels, but maybe we'll do that later. Because like if we're going to optimize for size and stuff, things are going to change. Things are going to change. Oh, 2 minutes. All right. Wait, what? I don't think I believe that based on where it shows the car. Okay. Okay, people, I will be back in a minute. Short break. Address questions to me. Not that anyone ever does that anymore. I'm going to Burger Station Bravo. We'll be back. All right, Burger Mission Bravo is a success. Are there any questions about what's going on? Let's see if our thing is still going. Our files are still piling up. We have 173. That's good. Roguelite design is popular for indies, partly because it creates a long tail of content. I think it's possible for a puzzle game to fit with that design. Could a puzzle game be a hobby? I don't know, maybe. It would have to be different. Like the kind of puzzle game that I do usually, that I have done, no. Because that kind of puzzle game is very seriously authored. It's not very interesting to randomize those. However, you could have a different kind of puzzle game that is randomized and that could be more interesting, but I don't think that's I don't think it's gonna work long term. So what you really would need to do is something that's very heavily user generated or just multiplayer competitive. So like Puzzle Pirates was sort of like that. If you guys remember Puzzle Pirates. But that wasn't really a puzzle game. That was like an action, like Tetris-y kind of games. There's a talk about roguelike puzzle games on YouTube. Is it by anyone who knows what they're talking about? What does a proximity grid structure look like? It is literally a 2D array. It is a 2D array. I'm searching for roguelike puzzle game on YouTube. I don't see anything. Don't see anything. Do I think a game like this could have a place as a tool in an academic setting? Yes. I'm not sure that a Sokoban game would be the best example, but yes. I think education of the future that's actually good uses video games heavily. Have I tried Morehound? No. What's my view of prevalence of C++ in the game dev community? What do you mean? Serious games need to run fast. No other language runs fast. The end. What thoughts are there to have about that? I mean, as opposed to C, I mean, C++ just has enough features over C that you really would rather use C++. A rundown of the roguelike puzzle in the 2017 MIT Mystery Hunt. Oh, that's not a video game then. Never mind. Unless I actually had a video game in the MIT Mystery Hunt. What does the grid do if there are lots of entities in one cell? Nothing. It lets there be lots of entities in one cell. Have you seen this game? Does it look like there are lots of entities in one cell? No. Don't over-engineer. Use the simplest data structure that'll do the job. Don't over-engineer. Like a cell is literally one gameplay square large. There's not lots of entities in one cell. Lettuce wrap hamburgers with lots of sauce are very messy. Does that mean the grid is a 2D array of dynamic arrays? Yes, but it could be a linked list for all I care. Like we could just make it a linked list of pointers stored on the entities, and it would probably be about as fast. But yeah, right now it's dynamic arrays. I think. I don't remember. That's how little I care. I don't remember. Dude, it's so stupid to put an egg on a hamburger and barely cook the egg. It's just like a slimy, ugh. Places that do that are stupid, especially when you order the hamburger well done and they give you a freaking raw egg on it. Like, come on, guys. That's just burger pretentiousness beyond all reasonable anything. How much of the game design do I typically plan out and document in advance? Very little. Like 1%. Very little. At one point in stream, you had thought of a better way of doing multi-threading for the compiler, but it said it would be a lot of work to implement. Have I done anything towards that end? No. No, that won't be for a long time. It's just very hard to do in C++. That said, I've had other ideas for other ways to do it that might be easier. So we'll see what happens. But that is just about getting more speed. And we're okay. We're not great on speed right now, but we're okay on speed. So the priority is finishing the features and doing low-hanging fruit things to improve speed. Do I ever do game jams? No. Game jams just annoy me at this point. I think they're a waste of time for most people. When do I plan to go through the cleanup things? Later. What tools do you use to debug shaders? Yeah, RenderDoc is one, but we also tend to have just different shader modes where you can toggle to just see the normal maps or just see the diffuse textures or whatever. And that'll let you tell, you know, if something looks wrong, sometimes why it's wrong. Man, this one level plays slowly enough, it's like almost slower than real time in debug build. Brussels sprouts. I'm doing good. I have Brussels sprouts. I will say they have very spicy sauce on them. Very spicy. $3.27, $3.28. So magnitudes is almost a megabyte, but that's not that surprising. Let's sort by size. Yeah. So Wheels Within Wheels has a lot of moving lily pads. Gem Trap 2, really? Oh, probably gems in your inventory. Get frickin' saved in every undo step. Okay. We're gonna have to do something about that. Dude, the gems in the inventory. My God, it's gonna be the death of me. Is magnitudes a Whitman reference? No, it's a consequences reference. Just not really. Consequences. So I need to think about what to do with gems in the inventory. Maybe we do just a special routine where we ignore if it's like a gem and its inventory index is non-zero in both versions, then it just matches, I guess. I mean, that's a little bit scary, but any favorite currently living philosophers? I like Toby Ord. He's good. Are the gems all the same, or are they different entities when in the inventory? We actually move the same entity into and out of the inventory, which might be a regrettable mistake. But I was thinking that eventually they would like smoothly move, which would make sense. So it's like actually the entire entity gets mounted on the guy and moves around, which has definitely caused problems. Oh, we're done. Consequences. Hey, look, we're done. And we saved 388 items. And no crashes. And what that means, I mean, let's delete all these again because we don't actually want these. But well, let's look at the size. Again, carefully. So I think the first thing we do, so magnitudes has gems in it for sure. Promise 3. Although you don't really carry the gems for very long. So gems plus lily pads. We're going to have to look at magnitudes a little bit, but so I feel like gems. Raft Corners doesn't have gems, it just has monsters in it and lily pads. Wheels within wheels, lily pads. So here's what I suspect. I suspect that, in fact, this makes sense to me. I suspect that because we weren't optimizing for size, if we have an entity change like 15 times between turns, all 15 of those get stored, right? So as lily pads move around, they're just pooping tons of data into the undo log. We can check that, but I'm going to write that down. So lily pad undo optimization and gem inventory undo optimization. Those two things we will investigate. Wow, I just ate a lot of food. There are going to be consequences. I won't be trampled by a herd of buffalo. I will be the herd of buffalo. Any particular reason I take notes by hand? I like it. Notes in a file are just crappy. Like, it just doesn't work for me. I mean, I do that sometimes, but notes in a file are like long-term things that I don't plan to do anything about anytime soon. Consequences. Okay. So we can do that. But I think the first thing we want to do is actually make the games save. So we're going to delete all this. Bam. Okay. So this can go, but now we're going to make a thing in campaign that says well, it's just going to be save undo data. So when are we going to do that? We're going to do that if we are in the menu. It's going to be weird because, yeah, we'll try it. We'll try saving undo data if we're in the menu or if we Alt F4, and we'll see what happens. We might have to do some additional things. Menu item quit. Asking for quit. Should quit game. Bam. And then, oh, let's make an outer routine. We're just going to say, save current undo data due to quit, right? So we get the entity manager, save undo data manager. And the reason I made this a separate routine is like, we might set some other variable that says like, bro, give us a little bit of time before you quit. We'll see. So although the way we set it up, maybe it's just going to work. Okay, so the other time is when we Alt F4. Undeclared identifier save undo manager. Wait, what? Save undo data. Save undo data. Consequences. Consequences. Okay, so I'm going to be in a random level somewhere. It could be this one, I guess. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to walk all the way down and around a few times. I'm going to go there. I'm going to zap that shit. I'm going to grab my pet dragon and come back. This is totally not how you solve the level. I'm going to be like, oh man, I can't figure out this level. Quit. We could actually save it on the Are You Sure, which might give us more time. All right, so now we're going to restart, and we'll just see. I mean, it looked like it maybe saved it. Load. Nope. Nope. So I'm assuming it's just that we posted the data to, actually the first place we should do this is exit the area, right? So that's easier than frickin' quitting the game. Due to area exit, right? And exit the area. Oh, I can't search for the string because it's in the string mapping file for internationalization. Resume string. Return to Nexus or Overworld. Where is that? Okay. Due to area exit. Save the file, bro. Okay. Great. We're going to do this again. We're going to go here. We're going to run around. We're going to zap. Run around. We're going to exit the area. Okay. Why is that guy here? Is that intentional? Yes. Okay. Interesting. Wait, are these all dragon levels? No. All right. Why can't I go in there? What? That's weird. Why couldn't I go in that one? Load. Hey, it worked. Okay, great. So we just have to make that happen if you quit the game. Why can't I go in here, though? Why can I go in that one? Like, first of all, we're not seeing the texture, which is suspicious. Druid midpoints. Don't we have a bitmap for that? Oh, is it because it's finished? Like, Druid midpoints solved. But like, it should still draw the thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. Being solved is not an excuse. These are all solved. What the fuck? It's like I literally can't go there. I literally can't. All these other ones are okay. This is weird. So it's called Druid midpoint still. Well, let me see if this happens when I restart, or if it's something that's somehow triggered. Wrong compiler. All right. Start. Okay. Like, seriously. That is so weird. Let's check the coordinates. 6, 12, 0, 5, 12, it's fine. Scale, orientation. Is there anything funny about it? I don't know. Let's debug. Is on enabled entry. Let's try that. Okay, well, this is happening every frame, so that's fine. Entry. It is not null. Good. entry enabled T is 0. Okay. If a level is not enabled and we solve it, we don't enable it still. So we need to do that. Wait, what? Oh, right, okay. All right. Let's try that. Let's try that. Hey, look, it works now. It works now. Okay. So let's check that in. Fixed to Nexus level enabling when solved. Oh, let's not check in yet. Because we were doing that other thing about saving the things, and let's finish that. Saving the things. We want to save the things. How do you save the things? You do it by saving the things. So when we're in the menu, we can do this to give ourselves more time. If saved since menu was opened, we'll set this just so we don't spam accidentally. All right, and then when we open the main menu, init menu, menu, handle escape. Okay. So if you go back in the menu, we might save. This stuff. See if we can make all that private. I guess we init that from outside. All right. So now we probably successfully saved, but we would like to make it more robust anyway. Escape, quit. Are you sure? Yes. So it says we saved. Of course, that's what we say when we pass it, I think. I don't know. Oh no, that's from the save thread. So that should have worked. So we load, and it did work, right? That was our most recent. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Good. So now, though, we want it to work if we like Alt F4, which it's not going to, right? So if I just say, this time we're just going to go left and right up here, and then I'm going to Alt F4. I mean, it claims we successfully saved. don't know. Let's see. Okay, we did. That's quality. Really? We're like that good. Diagonals, diagonals, Alt F4. We saved. Pointers aren't weird at all. If you understand what your computer is doing, pointers are not weird at all. The only reason that pointers are weird is because they've been explained to you by people who explained them badly, with shitty metaphors that don't mean anything. Like, pointers are very easy to understand if somebody just sits you down and says, look, here's how memory is addressed. The pointer is an integer that tells you how many bytes into the memory the thing is. Anyone who doesn't tell you that a pointer is an integer, fuck that person. They can stop teaching computers, okay? That is a very academic thing, yeah. Okay, save undo state when we exit levels and so forth. So we're just going to have this running for now. This is going to sort of pollute people's save folders with files. That's fine. The thing is, we never load these yet. Does Rust not have pointers? Yeah, it has pointers. You explained them with line numbers a while ago. Sure, line numbers is fine, but really I think you just want to say exactly what they are. Okay. We're doing pretty good. You know, I really don't mind what's happening. I'm probably going to go in about half an hour and go try to burn off some of this hamburger by exercising. But before we do that, let's try to do one more thing, which is when we save this undo state, we want to save in the level thingy bopper what this undo state was. And so recall that we had our like level visited in our campaign state, right? And instead of mapping to bool, I think we want to map to level flags. And level flags, level state flags is a U8, so it's going to be the same size as before. And the first flag is going to be the same as before, so we can even just load these because the booleans will be 1, right? 1 is going to be visited. Oh wait, no, it's solved is 1, and has an active undo recording is 2. All right, and this is enum flags. Okay. So we want to look for everyone who does levels visited. All right, so Sokoban, and then everything else is in campaign. Levels visited. Update level set solved states. Okay, we're not going to remove the undo yet. We probably want to do that here later. Oh, wait, no. Okay, if success and found ampersand level state flags dot solved, right? And then so this table we put the key and then we put the value. That's fine. The value is still U8. Okay, here we get the string, we get the value. That's fine. Oh, solved level state flags. All right. Note visit. This is just going to be 0 because it's not, we're just noting that we went there and there was no entry in the table. So it's not solved and it doesn't have an active undo recording. And to note victory, if not solved state and level state flags dot solved, all solved is false. So we're just going to check that flag. Okay, and then this up here, the solved value slot or equals level state flags dot solved. Okay. Now I don't know if I just did everything. Wanted bool. Solved value slot is note visit. Note visit is pointer to level state flags. All right. For every pointer you set to someone else, you have 3 pointers back at you. Sure. That's how that works. It's true. Okay, so this still functions, I guess. Consequences. Okay, So now the reason I did all this is because we want to save when there's an active undo. Okay, so when we do this, so we probably get the current level set, right? How do we get the file name? Level name is get current level name. Why don't we use that down here? Oh. Node active undo, level name. Wait. Level name is a string. Okay. Get, let's put that private. We get the campaign state. We get the entry. I mean, entry should really be true since we must have visited this level in order to do anything there. For now, we bail if it's not true, but we could also create an entry here that does not exist. If no entry, return, punt. Entry dot, well, entry or equals level state flags dot whatever the hell this was, has an active undo recording. Okay, that's fine. Consequences. So now, for all the things that have undo state on the disk, we won't have this flag set, so we don't know that they're there. But now for future things, we should set the flag. And we're not actually going to auto-load them yet. But I am going to say, when you start a level, advanced level, init level general, okay. I'm sure we have the level name here, so I don't have to get it again. Whatever, okay. We're just going to do it. Level name is get current level name. CS is get campaign state. All right. Actually, table find, yeah. Let's do this. State success is table find. If success and state dot this thing we'll say fader, yeah, HUD do fader, this level has an undo recording. That's all. We're just going to say that it's there. We're not going to, suggest anything about it. So we're going to do here, we're going to run around, we're going to zap this into the corner. We're going to zap it off the map and get frustrated that we can't do anything now. And then we're going to go, okay, I'm disgusted, I'm going back here. So now we're back on the map. We should have saved that, and we should have in fact flagged it. So now if I go back here, this level has an undo recording. I love it when things work the first time. Don't you? And then I'll load. And there we go. It tells us that we have it, but yeah. And there's I push the thing into the water and all that. So what I really want to do is, before we call it Miller time, I want to sort of delete this thing. I want to delete my Sokoban status. In fact, we're going to delete everything but the promised stuff, because we want those for later. But we're going to rerun, and this will start us in the overworld if everything's working correctly. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't do that because it's funny, we saved history one. All right. It doesn't do that because I have this set. If I don't have that set, we should start on the overworld. Nothing should be solved level-wise. I just want to make sure that we didn't break any of the things about, like, oh, this level's unlocked and whatever. So we're going to go here. And we'll go like here. And I don't really remember how to do these. Okay, that one's easy. And then this one we'll just goof off on for a bit. Oh. This is not the right way to solve it, I guarantee you that. Okay, and then I'll go exit the area. Okay, so this one was solved. It's correctly marked as solved. This one is correctly marked as visited, although I didn't notice if it was. Let's see. Is it? No, it's not visited by default, so that's good. So yellow means visited, white means solved, and that's all working. If we go back here, it should say you have a recording, and I should be able to load the recording. And oh, but the monsters aren't dead. Okay. Remember when I asked, what about guys that are dead? Well, there's also monsters that are dead. So this is good. We're going to check in before we worry about this. And okay. Yeah. Consequences. Consequences. 60% of the time, it works every time. We're making good progress, everybody. This is nice. Okay. Okay. I also got some spicy ketchup on my shirt. That's good progress too. So, yeah, let us continue. I mean, let me do one more thing. I guess I was about to check this in. Is that what was going to happen? Let me see. Dude, that's how spacey I am. That's how much I need to go. Yeah, I was about to check it in. So the one thing you'll note that happens, though, is that when I go to this level, oh, yeah, the monster's dead thing, I'm going to mark as, maybe we'll do another stream after I get back from dancing tonight or something about monsters. So they just are not playing the dead animation. They're obviously dead. They're not killing me. They're darkened as they do when they die. It's just, you know, when we restore them, we're not putting them there. And it makes me wonder, should we save the animation state in the undo? I'm really not sure about that. Anyway, we're going to have to think about what happens there. I think maybe we tell them to animate, and if they are not in a non-looping animation, we tell them to skip to the end of the, or no, if they're just dead, we'll just skip them to the end of the dead animation. Whatever, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something. Okay. The one thing is, so if I go back here, when I load this, we say this level has an undo recording when I load it, which is not good because we're going to change that message eventually to be like, this level well, maybe it's fine. I'm not going to worry about it till we do it. I'm just going to check this in right now. Plug it. Plug it. Commit. We are committed to Sparkle Motion. Are there any questions about what we did before I run off into the worlds? Flag levels as having undo state recordings. So the thing is, the thing we haven't done is removed those recordings like as you solve levels. So we might have to do something scary, because you know we have this save thread that like saves files. We could either make another thread that removes files, or we could make a thing where it's like there's two arrays. There's an array to save, an array to remove. We just have to make sure that we don't introduce a race condition where like you remove the undo, but before you save the campaign state, then we like exit the program, right? Because then you kill their progress, but you don't save that they recorded the level. And the problem with that is that that's very easy to do, because we mark that you solved a level when we do waiting for victory, but we save the state when you visit a new level. So I think when we solve a level, we're gonna just have a value that's like, this is the level that was solved. Maybe we can get away with 1. And then when you go to a new level, we remove that next time we save the state, only after the state has been saved. It's bananas, people. It's bananas. Where do I live? San Francisco. Do I write and run tests other than the gameplay recordings? Not very much, no. I don't believe in test-driven things very much. Sometimes it makes sense to make isolated tests for things. Like if you have code that is very much leaf code, like if it's a data structure or something, then you can write tests for that, and you should probably, or at least if you're a library author making code available to people, then writing tests for that is good. But you can't write tests for most of the complicated things in a game, right? It's too low powered of an approach to like debug your game that way. So because it only goes so far, I tend to not invest too heavily in that approach. All right, people. I'm going to head out. We may do another stream late tonight. We may not. We may do one in the morning. I'm very happy with where we're at. Like I said, this had been a looming problem for a long time, and now within a couple days, we've made great headway on it. I don't know if eventually we will really want to save the state as all these separate files, but I guess so. Like, I don't know how else to do it. So yeah. Yeah, people. I'll see you later. Oh, let's find someone to raid. Let's see who's up. Who is raidable? Lan is there. Let's look for someone, because we just raided her, but we might do that again, because there's, as we have noted, there's definitely limited choice. What's she doing right now? Making Starbucks. That could be exciting. Programming for Satisfactory. Like, really? Is this a developer of Satisfactory? Or is this like a plugin? He's a casual gamer. So is there like a scripting language for Satisfactory? Is that what's going on? Making them games. Game Dev Quest system. Doesn't look like a lot of MySQL. What? Come on. We don't make quests with MySQL. It's absurd. I don't know, people. Money item. Okay, that's boring. What type of stream is this? It's a programming stream where we go and raid other programming streams. Because that's what we do here. That's what we do here. Oh, what's going on here?
Here, color, new color. You know, color is the kind of word where if you stare at it long enough, it doesn't look like the word color anymore.
I don't know, people.
Destruction Derby?
She's watching videos. I don't know, I'm trying. I'm trying to find something. All right, we'll raid this. He's doing realistic AI situations. So enjoy your realistic AI situations. And I'll see you later.